What up, dope? I'm back. I'm back. It's your boy, Spaceship Always the Incredible. Pro Wrestling with a Kick, last ship standing. This is In This Corner, our Raw recap, August 19th, 2024. Um, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome. We got, uh, what is it, All In coming out this Sunday? Uh, eh, not too excited about that. Not too excited about that. But it's to be interesting. I don't really talk about AEW on here, but Swerve versus D-Bry, title versus career is interesting. Daniel Bryan is so hurt right now, but we don't know. He might get one more title win, um, just so they can have him in the history books. But let's talk about Raw tonight. Let's talk about Raw. We're getting ready for Bash in Berlin. Did I say the Berlin? I might have said the Berlin. I'm in Bash in Berlin. Coming up on August 31st, a couple weeks, 2 weeks. So we got All In this week and a couple weeks. I think following week we'll have Bash. Raw was cool tonight. I did not necessarily like the first hour. It was real promo heavy. And I was wondering, like, what are they doing? I don't want to see a bunch of promos at the beginning of the show. It was cool. It set up a lot, but it was real promo heavy. And I was kind of like, get to the matches. I think in the first hour we may have had 2 matches. It picked up towards the end. I think the best segment tonight was the Judgment Day segment. I think that needed to happen. I think right now WWE is making a lot of their big feuds one-sided. And I don't necessarily like that. Right? I want to see some doubt. WWE to me, while the product has gotten better, I don't see the uncertainty about who's going to win lately, right? Like we're kind of getting to this stage of everything is becoming predictable with the bloodline. Like, I was happy to see Roman get his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should have whooped their ass last week, right? I really feel like Roman needs to get his ass whooped. I don't want to see Rhea and Damian just dogging the Judgment Day. If Finn's going to be the leader, Finn used to be dastardly. When he was Prince Devitt, when he went back to NXT the second time, Finn Balor was a beast. And I liked what I saw from Dom tonight. He was a little bit more confident and cocky. I felt like his character was changing. Tonight was a night where I think Dom's character is changing. With Mommy, he was kind of a little bitch boy, right? But now since he's turned on Rhea and he's with Liv, there's a little swagger to Dom. I don't really know how successful it will be. But I saw it and I was like, okay, I see you, bro. Hold on. I said, okay, I see it. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you go check this out on the YouTube. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers, man. We're trying to get some authentic subscribers, not just people that view it, not the little 5-second hits, but we're trying to get some authentic subscribers. So, I'm going to do this and we're going to recap tonight. Tonight, they were from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The crowd, and I said this later on, the crowd was hot. The crowd was very much into it pretty much all night except for one segment. And we're going to talk about that segment. We had Orton come out. Orton is getting these amazing legend pops now. They're singing his song now. Orton, he's basking in it. We talked about possibly having Orton fight Rhodes for the title. And when they veered off to Gunther, I was like, okay, it was cohesion because of King of the Ring. But I'm happy they're not changing Orton back to a heel. I don't think Orton will work as a heel right now. I think that he is a face. He is a legend. He is an elder statesman. He will not be wrestling too much longer. And I think it's kind of like a Daniel Bryan or John Cena, where he can't really be a heel right now. So I like this idea of him going back or him fighting Gunther. I wonder what's going to happen after he loses them. I wonder what's going to happen. And I think I know how Randy Orton is going to lose to Gunther in a couple of weeks. But Gunther finally comes out while Orton is talking, and he calls Orton a one-trick pony. He's going to ride this. He's going to ride this, trying to get under Orton's skin, but Orton's a legend, and it doesn't really bother Orton. But Ludwig Kaiser jumps in. They attack Orton. Orton gets the upper hand. He's fighting with Gunther, and Ludwig hits him in the knee, chop blocks him, and Gunther ends up standing tall, right? And this is very important. It set up the match, Ludwig Kaiser versus Randy Orton. I was like, for the main event? When they said that later on in the thing, I was like, so Priest and Mysterio not going to be the main event? Gunther, Orton, cool. Kaiser, Orton, I wasn't really main event, but it is Orton. So it kind of segued into Sheamus. Ludwig, Sheamus, and Pete Dunne talking. Pete Dunne and Sheamus was about to wrestle next. I want to stop real quick. I don't know if y'all was watching wrestling. I don't know what y'all commercials look like wherever the fuck you at. But during wrestling tonight, they had a Golden Corral commercial. Y'all seen this Golden Corral commercial? And I don't even remember what the fucking commercial was really about. I think somebody asked somebody to go get another piece of something or go to the buffet. But the person, they showed a plate with some barbecue ribs and a rainbow piece of fucking cake. Who puts cake next to ribs on a plate, even at Golden Corral? I don't want my cake with barbecue sauce on it. I don't want my ribs with cake icing on it. Right? I said, what kind of fucking commercial is this? Why are you trying to promote Golden Corral with rib? You trying to tell me you only got one plate? That would have made me feel like you only get one plate when you go up in the buffet. This Golden Corral, I need 3 plates. I need a dessert plate, I need a salad plate, and I need my main entree plate. Or is that just me? I don't want my salad on the same plate as my meat. You hear me? Okay. Anyway. So they did all this, and this is what I was talking about with promo. The Sheamus versus Pete Dunne match, which was the first match, started at 7:22. I don't want 20 minutes of promo and commercials and bullshit. I want to see wrestling. I am a wrestling fan. The stories are cool, but I want to see wrestling. This was a good, hard-hitting match, though. This match, along with Ludwig Kaiser, highlighted these 2 wrestlers. You got 3 wrestlers that weren't prominent a year ago. And Kaiser, so-so. Imperium, But Kaiser, Dunn, and Bronson Reed all were highlighted tonight. And I like that. And Sheamus won with the bro kick, but he really put Pete Dunne over in this match. And it was funny because Michael Cole actually made a comment and was like, Pete Dunne had a great match and something of that nature. And I'd already wrote it down like, Sheamus put him over. And if you notice afterwards, Sheamus was walking back up the aisle and looking at Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne was smiling. I like that little touch because it lets him know. It gave me Swerve Strickland vibes, but it also let me know, like, Pete Dunne, like, you ain't just knocked me the fuck out. You won, but I ain't no punk. And I like that. That really cemented home that Pete Dunne is going to be a player. And I realized and I recognized today. And we talk about these 3 wrestlers they put over. Pete Dunne fought Sheamus. Bronson Reed fought The Miz. And Ludwig Kaiser fought Randy Orton. 3 of the best workers in the Federation. Yes, The Miz is a great worker. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Then I said, God damn it, here go the New Day. They put the New Day segment on. I said, oh shit. I'm interested. I wasn't bored, but you see the Xavier Woods turn a mile away. Xavier Woods is cool in the New Day. His acting, his selling is not so much great. But Kofi, my question was, did Kofi convince him? He was, Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods was real with him, right? He was like, look, bro, I ain't tripping that you fucking with him. But you couldn't even ask me. You just trying to replace Big E. And I hope this is a segue to bring Big E back. I hope Big E come back and say, look, man, I can't wrestle right now. Let him get it. And Kofi told him, listen, we needed the same chance. I'm just trying to give him a chance. But Kofi, you didn't address why you didn't consult Xavier Woods. I understand you want to give him a chance. I understand you want to look out for him, Odyssey Jones, like y'all wanted people to look out for y'all. I get that. But if Xavier Woods is your brother, why didn't you consult with him? Why didn't you say, hey, bro, I'm thinking about bringing Odyssey Jones? Because remember, Kofi, you was hurt. So have y'all been kicking it while you was hurt, cuz? Did y'all talk about this before you came back? And if Xavier Woods is your brother, why didn't you talk to him in regards to y'all business? Because now you're bringing him, and if you're going to bring Odyssey in, let Odyssey understand and know. You are not New Day, cuz. Cuz, you not New Day. You just here. You like my little homie. You just little homie. Everybody couldn't be with Essential Entertainment. You could be little homie, though. We fuck with you, but you're not part of this. And I think Kofi needed to let Odyssey see that. And so Xavier was still like, whatever. And Xavier made a comment, well, I guess I'm going to have to do what I got to do. I said, fuck. I liked Kofi's reasoning, but you didn't answer the question, bro. So that was kind of snakish to me. Okay. Then we had another. So now we've only had one match. So the Pete Dunne match and Sheamus probably went about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. It was cool. Then you got a Braun Breaker. So then you had New Day, right, backstage. Then you got a Braun Breaker video package. Nice package. I'm tired of this. I've had Orton and Gunther. I've had Ludwig, Sheamus, and Pete Dunne recap. Then I got the match. Then I got New Day. Then I got Braun Breaker. Bro, break this shit up, cuz. I don't want to see this shit back. This will make people turn off wrestling because I'm not watching wrestling. Then you gave me Maxine and Ivy Now. No, then you did the package from the previous week with Maxine and Ivy Now, right? Then you got Maxine or Ivy Now doing an interview. Then you got the Creeds, all of them American Made doing the interview. Maxine had an amazing German suplex on the outside. I looked down, I looked up, Ivy was took control, and then here come the Y6. Fuck. So you phasing out American Alpha. You're bringing in the Y6. You're giving me a match that didn't have any time. So you can still revisit that, which is okay, whatever. Nikki Cross comes, attacks Ivy Now. There's a big brawl. Sister Abigail, Uncle Howdy to Chad Gable. Yay, woohoo, give me more. What's the point? What am I seeing? Right? Like, it was cool. It was a nice segment. And I like how they're continuing the feud. But I'm not so necessarily just keen to all the television feuds, right? Make it big. Because if you don't put Uncle Howdy on pay-per-view, they're not gonna feel big. They're gonna become jobbers, yo. And that takes away everything you're doing. What are they doing? What are they doing? Hey, Lena Faye. Hey, Val. I'm just talking wrestling. Y'all can say hi, though. Everybody can say hi. I like saying hi. I like people that say hi, right? Then you had the Terror Twins. So here we go with another segment. Here we go with another fucking interview, right? And I like that they call them Terror Twins. I like Damien and Rhea. Cool. I like it. Rhea May had a line that said that Liv is trying to be everything that she hates, which is a discount Rhea Ripley, which is good. I like the steam. I like the growth of this feud. Right now, I won't say I didn't like Judgment Day, but they were meh. They are earning their spot right now. And I love it. They're earning their spot right now. Damian and Rhea are earning their spot right now. We have a lot. And when we had the draft earlier this year, I didn't necessarily think Raw was going to win it. Raw is killing SmackDown. Raw is killing SmackDown right now. SmackDown is definitely a B show, even with Roman, even with the Bloodline. And the Judgment Day are leading this. And they have so many different characters. You have, it's a good feeling, right? It's a good feeling to watch Raw and see this amazing development of these wrestlers. I thought something was wrong with Rhea's mouth. Did she get veneers or something? She looked a little different tonight, didn't she? Rhea looked a little different. What up, Courtney Gray? But they had a good segment, but then boom, here we go, another segment, 8 o'clock hour, right? CM Punk. You know, he comes out, cheap pop, congratulations to the Florida Panthers. He talks about the strap match, so he demands the strap match versus McIntyre. McIntyre and Punk, to me, on the mic is not that great. It's okay. It's mid at best. It's mid. Like, when they brawl, I have more of a feeling and more of a, yes, I want to see this, than when they talk to each other. And the ending was clunky. I forgot what Punk said. Punk said, you're not going to be strapped to me, or I'm not going to be strapped to you. You're going to be strapped to me, or something like that. And it just went, and then they started playing his music, and I was like, that was kind of weak. The promo was just okay. The thing is that's crazy is instead of making titles, they've made this bracelet kind of a battle for, and then the Ula Follow on the Bloodline. So you got two materialistic items that people are fighting for now. One on Raw, one on SmackDown. I don't know how to feel about that. Because it's like they're not fighting for a title, but they're fighting for something, which is the same thing. So it's kind of weird for me with that. I like it, but what, y'all fighting over this bracelet, bro? I get it, but you need to get that bracelet back. Then there, the fighting was better than the promo. That's what I said. When they fight, it's better than their promos. Then you had Liv and Dom's segment. You see what I'm saying? All these you've had two matches, and one wasn't even a full match in the first hour and 15 minutes. In the first hour and 15 minutes, you had two matches, and one of them went maybe 2-3 minutes. That was too much promo, too many segments. Split that shit up. Make wrestling fans watch wrestling and stick around for that shit. It's like overkill to me. It's hard for me to enjoy the essence of wrestling because I don't want to pay attention to those. And I'm doing this recap, so I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this shit. But Liv and Dom said they're the most dominant. The fuck? Where? Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, saying stuff like that to me makes you unbelievable. You're not the most dominant. You can say you want to be the most dominant, but you're not the most dominant duo. Dom won the North American Championship. Woohoo! You won. You beat Becky, finally. You beat Ronda on some bullcrap, Money in the Bank. Y'all are not dominant. You're just now getting... Now, let me say this. By the end of the night, I liked what Liv did. By the end of the night. But this promo was like, eh. And so Dom said they're going to do Dom versus Priest later on. I said, oh, okay. What up, Rico? What up, Gigi? Then finally, we had the New Day and Odyssey Jones versus the New Testament. Decent match, same kind of routine match. I thought Xavier Woods was gonna turn. When Kofi gave Odyssey Jones the hot tag and Odyssey cleaned house. And lucky enough, he didn't turn. I was shocked. Odyssey with his spinning sidewalk slam win the match. New Testament jobbers. You know what I'm saying? What up, G? How you feeling? But you know, I was surprised Xavier didn't turn. I don't know if he's still gonna turn. I don't know if that reason Kofi gave him was enough. Maybe it just wasn't tonight. I thought at the end when they was cheering, and he was standing there, I said, "Oh, he about to do something," and he didn't. He was happy for the win. So I see what it is, right? I see what it is, and so we're gonna go with that. I'm just talking some wrestling, Gigi. This is for my wrestling fans. Then you had another Priest Rhea interview. You had an Alpha tribute, which I saw Friday on SmackDown. Rest in peace, Alpha. Sucks. It sucks, right? Both of the Wild Samoans have died in the last couple months. Peace and blessings to their family through this time. Then you had Bronson Reed versus they backed Bronson Reed out. I'm like, who are you gonna fight? And it was The Miz again. The Miz. And this was cool because we had, okay, I got two matches now. It's about 8:40. Okay, got two matches. Miz had a great promo. This is what I'm talking about. Miz is solid. Is he the best? No. But I can't knock somebody who's been in the game this long. He's still standing. He's a millionaire. What more the fuck do you want? He's on wrestling. People love him. They were going crazy for him during this match. He came out with a lot of intensity. It wasn't a squash. He's solid. He's a solid hand in the ring. They fought to the outside. He tried to hit a skull-crushing finale. It got reversed into a Death Valley driver. Tsunami. And Bronson Reed wins. The crazy part about this, though, last week, if y'all watched the show last week, I said Bronson Reed needs to fight Braun Strowman. I had to look back at my notes. I'm a wrestling fan, y'all. I knew this had to happen. Braun needed something. So Braun comes out. I don't like the match. I understand 5 matches in Berlin. I get it. But it's Berlin. You give a 6. Bronson Reed needs to wrestle on pay-per-view and win. Bronson Reed is another wrestler who needs to wrestle on pay-per-view and win. He's at that level now. I don't know. I'm thinking once they announced it, maybe it's going to be a double DQ. Something like that. Bronson needs to be elevated. So when Seth comes back, it's a big deal. So let's do a double DQ next week, double count out, and then at Berlin, you can have this fight because it's not for the title. So now you got a couple battles that's not for the title. Right? The women's title's not going to get defended. The IC title probably not going to get defended. The U.S. title is not going to get defended. Right? So let Braun and Bronson Reed have a good match. Then we got the Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest match, which was really just another angle. They said it was going to be one-on-one, but of course it wasn't. Judgment Day came out. Judgment Day beat that ass. That's what needed to happen. JD tries to jump. Rhea cleaning the table. So Judgment Day tried to jump them. They cleared it. Rhea came in the ring. Her and Priest fucked up Dom for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Beat up everybody else. I think the catch is going to be before Rhea wins the title back, she's going to riptide Dominic. That's where we're going. She cleared that table off. She was about to riptide Dominic. Here comes Liz with the chair. Bah! Judgment Day then jumps Damian Priest in the ring, makes him watch, or makes Rhea watch as he gets a coup de grace. He gets fucked up. Liv, her punches were weak, but then she started ramming Liv into the post, and of course she had to separate his shoulder or whatnot. So that looked real. Liv whooped Rhea's ass finally. And typically it's been Rhea whooping Liv ass. Liv running away. Tonight, Judgment Day looked powerful. And I like that. All of them. Even Carlito, even Dom Dom. JD, I like JD. JD, Jordan Devlin was a beast. JD Madonna, I think we're going to start seeing him being highlighted as a cynical wrestler. Like Jordan Devlin, when he was in NXT and before that and over in Europe wrestling, he was a fool with it. And I don't think they've really highlighted him that much. But now he has kind of almost, maybe Dom is second, JD's probably third, right? But wrestling-wise, I would say JD is second. Dom is still getting there. So I like that they whooped that ass. I actually like that they whooped that ass. But then after that, you got the Judgment Day segment. You got Finn, and they got to get Finn across. B King, what up, boy? What up, Big King? They got to get Finn back to a place because they got good heels, they got good faces, right? They got good heels and they got good faces. But if you're going to move Finn up, and what that's going to do by elevating Finn, right? Now, when we come next year, after Gunther loses the title, right, to Drew or Punk or even Rollins, now you can damn near have. I might like to see a Punk Finn feud later on down the line. What y'all think about that? CM Punk versus Finn Balor? I think that can make some money. I think that can make some money. But you got to put Finn in that position so that he can be up there with the Gunthers, with the Priest, with the Rollins, with the McIntyre. It's a big pecking order on Raw. Even if maybe next year they move Finn over to SmackDown, because SmackDown don't have many heels, right? And even though they say The Rock might beat Cody, I'm not sure about that. But having a heel Judgment Day over on SmackDown, once they move to Raw, let's keep them on USA, right? After SmackDown moves to USA, then you can do a Cody versus Finn. You can do a LA Knight versus Finn. You can do a Roman versus Finn. And you'll have more matches there. KO versus Finn, that hasn't been done since NXT, I think, right? So moving Finn over to SmackDown as a powerful heel may just work. Now we had the triple threat match. See, I told you we had way more matches after the Punk segment. Up until the Punk segment, it was just segment. After that, then they said, okay, let's get to the matches. I don't like how they structured the show. I'm going to say that again. So then you had the triple threat for the women's tag team titles. You had PFC, the Pure Fusion Collective, versus Damage Control. I don't like Damage Control's music. Never have. Don't like it. I would rather just do EO's music. Just do EO's music. And then you had Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Thank you, Kyrie Sane. Since you've been back, I haven't felt like you wanted to wrestle. I have felt like you just wanted a paycheck. And I think with all the injuries to Damage Control, you are forced now to wrestle. To me, this was her strongest match she has had. I think her and Io look very good together. I think Io and I think Kyrie was very powerful. She felt very confident in the ring today. The triple threat match was okay. It wasn't poochies. It's just the problem. The problem with that is nobody wanted Isla Dawn and Alba Fire to win the titles in the first place. Yes, I know your mother died. My condolences. But even if y'all won the titles, y'all should not have tied these titles that long. And maybe they've had given y'all these titles to see if y'all could get some momentum, but y'all have no heat. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck about y'all. Your moveset is not powerful. Zoe and Shayna gets more response than y'all. You've been the champions. When y'all first won the championships for like a month, you didn't wrestle. Now you're wrestling. Everybody we think y'all, like, it almost gives me gender vibes. Like everybody should beat y'all. And it's nothing against y'all, but I just don't think they built y'all up enough to be credible. Like, look at Katana Chance and them. They had to wrestle to get some cheers. You got to wrestle to get some cheers. And you got to connect with the crowd. And y'all aren't really connecting with the crowd. I think them turning you face heel when you first came and we didn't really know what to do, cheer or boo, right? I think that affected y'all. Y'all won. It was a great move. They had the backstabber. Shayna, I think, had the Karafuda clutch on Kyrie, I think, right? Got into a backstabber by Aladon. Alba Fire came off the top rope with a swanton. 1, 2, 3. Great finisher. Great finisher. Just nobody cared. And we already knew you were going to win because y'all are facing Bianca, Jade, and Naomi on Friday. What would be the purpose of that if y'all are not the champions? They need to just go ahead, give Bianca and Jade back the titles, let them lose the Damage Control or PFC, and then they can feud. And that's what you should have been did. You should have been did that. That way, that feud could be coming up, and by Survivor Series or close to New Year's Day 1 or something like that, then they could lose the titles. But now giving them the titles in September, October, I don't know about that. Jay Uso comes out next, another segment, talks about Sammy, and they want to do the titles, but I don't know if Sammy's injured or he went home. I didn't hear what Jay said, but he's shifting his focus to the Intercontinental title, right? And so I put in there for now. I still think they may go for the titles. Of course, he's still going to end up in, I think Fightful said that the Bloodline versus Bloodline is on for Survivor Series War Games. So he may be shifted for the IC title, but Jay not going to win the title yet. Braun Breaker ain't going to lose that title yet. I could see Jay maybe winning it at WrestleMania because I think they're going to give Jay a title win, but I don't see him winning it yet. So I don't know who's going to win that Intercontinental title. Maybe Ilya. Maybe we'll go Ilya because it has to be somebody that's good enough to win, but also going to lose. They're going to lose. So who do we have on Raw right now? They're very top heavy, but they're mid card. Maybe Dragon Lee, maybe Ray. Let me think. Who else? I don't think anybody from Judgment Day is going to win, right? Because they're the tag titles champs. I don't think Dom. No, definitely not. Ludwig, maybe. Odyssey Jones, maybe. We'll have to see who's going to win that. I did like that they have an Intercontinental tournament. So they announced matches for next week. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman, which I've already talked about. The Intercontinental tournament going to start. And then Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. Like I say, I think 2 of those matches need to be on a pay-per-view. Just so that the level of expectancy from these wrestlers is bigger. Just so that they can be, okay, they're on a pay-per-view, right? I don't think, I want to see Uncle Howdy wrestle. I think him and Gable's going to put on a good match. I think Braun and Bronson Reed going to put on a good match. So we'll see. Then we have the main event. Ludwig Kaiser versus Randy Orton. Great match. Almost shocking. Ludwig is growing on me. He was kind of a priest, like a Damian Priest. He was over the top for me. Him being away from Imperium as far as the tag team is helping him. The crowd, like I said, the crowd had been nice all night. It was a nice physical match. Once Gunther came out, I knew Kaiser was losing. I knew Kaiser was losing when he fought Orton, but I definitely knew when Gunther came out. But the match was physical. I still get scared for Orton. Like when he did the superplex or he did the fallaway slam, he lands on his back, and I'm like, oh, Orton, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? But once again, Kaiser ran. There was a spot where Kaiser ran around the ring, and he does this, and he drop kicked Orton's leg into the steel ramp, right? And at that moment, I said, that's how Gunther's going to win. And I wrote this here. Gunther will win by single leg crab. Gunther will win in Berlin with a single leg crab. Orton's knee is going to be fucked up. It's almost going to be kind of like Brett. They're going to stop the match because Orton ain't going to be able to take it. Gunther finds a way to win. They have been pinpointing this knee for 2 weeks now. And I guarantee you, next week they're going to do it. Randy Orton won with an RKO, and then they had a brawl to end the show between Gunther and Randy Orton. It's a cool brawl. It was a cool brawl. The heat for it, it's okay. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I once again, I feel like Judgment Day is the main feud. It's a lot of the heat. I just thought about Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. Oh, that might be nice. I just thought about that. And I think the Intercontinental title, the title Sheamus has never won, right? That might work there. That might. I might like that match. I might like that match there. But it was a good Raw. I would probably give this Raw. Oh shit, because the beginning of it was such a slog to get through, right? It was so boring to get through. The second half of Raw, after the 8 o'clock, I would probably give this Raw 3 ships, right? I would probably give this Raw 3 ships because, like I said, the first hour was about 2 ships. But after that, I would give it about 4 ships. It was really good Raw. I like the wrestling. I like how they enhanced wrestlers. I like how they elevated storylines. And I like that they had wrestling. And I really appreciated that. That was the thing that really, like, I'm a wrestling fan. I say this over and over. I am a wrestling fan. The storylines are cool, but I like to see the wrestling. I want to see who's elevating themselves. I like the pops, right? I want to see the storylines grow in the ring. So I would give this show probably a 3 ships. Not too bad. Was it better than last week's? Was a 2 out of 3 falls match? It was okay. It was okay. Yeah, I think so. I think it was better. I'm looking at my notes. I have my notes. I think it was better than last week's. Hey man, it's your boy. Spaceship Awaits the Incredible. Make sure you check us out this Thursday, the Wild Out Radio Thursday Night House Party, where our special guest will be Shauna Gold. Catch us each and every Sunday, the Wild Out Radio Super Duper Sunday DJ Review Show. Me and myself, and DJ Lady J Rock. We review music, tell you what's good, tell you what's trash, take a shot if it's trash, and we love on who we love on. This is your boy, Spaceship Awaits the Incredible. In this corner, the Raw recap for August 19th, 2024, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week.